Whether you're a beginner or an intermediate, the chances are you've heard of a paradiddle, but have you actually looked at how to apply it around the kit beyond just an exercise or a rudiment on the snare drum? Here's 3 simple and fun ways you can use a paradiddle around the kit that sounds great. So in case you don't know what a paradiddle is, or you may have forgotten, let's go over it really quickly. So if you say paradiddle, the diddle is the double. So it's going to be right, left, right, right, paradiddle. And you do it again, but leading with the left hand. Left, right, left, left, paradiddle. We're going to put an accent at the start of each paradiddle, so on the pa of the paradiddle. The whole thing sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Paradiddle, 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 paradiddle. Now you know what a paradiddle is, let's jump straight into it. The first thing I want you to do with this paradiddle is simply just move the right hand over to the hi-hat, maintaining those accents. Now, you're going to be crossed over in playing position and just play it as normal. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, I want you to put a bass drum under that very first right hand note of the paradiddle. So we can now start forming a groove. It sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Practice that round until you become nice and comfortable with it, and make sure your dynamics stay consistent. When you've got that pattern comfortable, you can speed it up to sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you have that pattern in your drumming vocabulary that you can throw in there in the middle of playing a groove if it fits. So you might use it like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the second use of this paradiddle is more for a fill, and we're going to move it around the kit. So the left hand actually stays on the snare and doesn't change. Now the right hand paradiddle, we're going to split between tom 1 and floor tom. So the only new part you're going to have to learn beyond playing a normal paradiddle on the snare drum is the pa of the paradiddle is on tom 1 and the diddle is on floor tom. This is when the right hand leads. It sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Once you've finished that paradiddle and your position is like this, with right hand on floor tom, left hand on snare, you're just going to continue the left hand paradiddle as you are. It sounds like this. So putting those two things together, the whole fill sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. And here's how you might use it. So this third and final idea is personally my favorite, and I'm always using it when I'm playing shows. All we're going to do is have the paradiddle up on the cymbals. We're going to have the right hand staying on the ride, and we're going to have the left hand on the hi-hat. So let's get a paradiddle going on that. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the next thing to do is put the leading note of the left-hand paradiddle on the snare drum. So that's on the pa. And that's going to give us an accent on the backbeat, so we can use it within a groove. So it sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Paradiddle, 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 paradiddle. The last thing to do is just put a bass drum under that first note on the ride. And that gives us our bass drum on 1 and 3. And now we have a snare drum on the pa on 2 and 4. So the whole thing sounds like this. And here's how you might use it. Noticing that sometimes I might add the bell in on some of the hits just to give it an extra bit of flavour. 1, 2, 3. Thanks for watching. I really hope you found this helpful and it gives you some ideas of just how to use a paradiddle around the kit.